How's it going, guys? Bring your platoon here, and welcome to another great game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I'm going to be playing in the American Tier 8 heavy tank, the T32. This thing is probably the best American heavy tank there is, simply for the indestructible turret. If it didn't have such a subpar gun, it would be the best, but it's not. And it is subpar, because AP rounds have been recently buffed. Instead of 198, it goes up to 219 average penetration for the AP rounds. The APCR rounds get 268 average penetration. So that's pretty good. You can actually contest Tier 10 armor now, somewhat. Definitely more post-buff than pre-buff, where your APCR rounds would only go up to 245 average penetration, and while that doesn't seem like a giant increase for being a buff, you gotta keep in mind that 245 will bounce off an E100's lower plate flat on like 80% of the time, and if you add 20 to that, well, you'll go through it 95% of the time, which is pretty funny. But again, that's a Tier 10 to a Tier 8, and that's only if it's flat on, if he's not angling like he should be. That will usually not be the case, but anyway, let's get on to this gameplay. T32's got a 105mm on it. It does the standard 320 damage per shot for the alpha. It's got an accuracy of .38 for the gun. Not great, I know, but with added vents, brothers in arms, as well as cola, that can be brought down to, I'm going to say, .35 or .36, so it's not terrible, but it's definitely not ideal. And this is going to be a game where I am in my element here. I am at not only top tier, but I'm also facing Tier 6s and Tier 7s. So, take this game for what it's worth. It's definitely a seal clubbing experience for sure, but I figured I might as well just showcase the best of times as well as with the worst of times, with the worst of times coming after this upload, or whenever. But like, I'm top tier, I'm facing lower tiered opponents, and then I'm going to have a upload where I'm the lowest tier in the game, and I'm still wrecking Tier 10s with my amazing armor, or with the T32's amazing armor on its turret, as well as its decent gun depression as well. So, yes, you will be seeing the best. I have a speech impediment apparently. You will be seeing the best of both worlds eventually, and whatever upload comes first will come first. I don't know what order it's going to be in at the time, but yes, this is top tier. Nothing special to see here. I'm being super aggressive because I know everyone will have a hard time penning me, except for that Fatherland, which probably should shoot for my upper plate with heat, but he doesn't. And I just keep getting free shots on two-tiered lower vehicles, and it makes me feel a little bad, honestly. But, yeah, the reason I have so many premium rounds in this thing is because it does see Tier 9s and Tier 10s, and when that does happen, you do need to dab into that extra premium APCR penetration to do damage sometimes, especially with the fucking Russian tanks, because reasons. And some of the German tanks too, but you should know that by now, if you are an avid World of Tanks player, that Russian and German tanks tend to be heavily armored, and much more armored than their American counterpart. So yes, getting extremely lucky where my shell is going on this Fatherland, even though I am shooting, 219 pen at a probably 189mm thick side plate here, because he's not angling as he should be, and it's just going through the top of it. Yeah, the last ones went straight through the track into his lower plate, but those were very lucky shots, and honestly, probably shouldn't have happened. But they did, because RNG was on my side, and yeah, I just kept at it. And as you can see, most of their remaining team is just camping in the back, waiting to be slaughtered by us. So I figured I'd take the initiative, trying to finish off this AT8, and as you can see, even with 268 premium pen on the APCR, I still didn't manage to pen the lower plate of that AT8, so that's pretty impressive for a tier 6. Don't know how that one went in to the M6. Got really lucky there that went where it needed to go. This is really not skillful at all, and I kind of regret doing this recording now. But again, this is the best of times. It's going to happen to you one of these days, I promise. And then I just go for the track shot on this guy because I want some extra damage. And do I get any besides... Nope, he already fixed it. Okay, well, GG, guy. I get another pen before he gets away. And this is the last tank. Holy shit, that was like 5 minutes of the game. A little over 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Or I guess 15 seconds as I'm talking about it. But, yeah. It's a good tank. If you get it hauled down, I felt like I didn't really need to go into the statistics of this tank simply because, well, it's been in the game forever. It's not new. People know this tank. Tier 10 tank destroyers will not be able to pen the turret unless they hit the very dead center of your commander's hatch, and that's with premium ammunition on a tier 10 tank destroyer, so you know you're safe. It's pretty hilarious how armored the turret on this thing is, but yes, I am going to try and 3-mark this thing because reasons. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.